One of the greatest problems of our time is that many are schooled but few are educated. If we lived in a state where virtue was profitable, common sense would make us saintly. But since we see that avarice, anger, pride, and stupidity commonly profit far beyond charity, modesty, justice and thought, perhaps we must stand fast a little, even at the risk of being heroes. You wouldn't abandon ship in a storm just because you couldn't control the winds. Occupy your mind with good thoughts, or the enemy will fill them with bad ones. Lord, give me a sense of humor so that I may take some happiness from this life and share it with others. The things we pray for, good Lord, give us grace to labor for. Take something from yourself, to give to another, that is humane and gentle and never takes away as much comfort as it brings again. I would uphold the law if for no other reason but to protect myself. For if you suffer your people to be ill-educated, and their manners to be corrupted from their infancy, and then punish them for those crimes to which their first education disposed them, what else is to be concluded from this, but that you first make thieves and then punish them? Laws could be passed to keep the leader of a government from getting too much power. Whoever loveth me, loveth my hound. It's wrong to deprive someone else of a pleasure so that you can enjoy one yourself, but to deprive yourself of a pleasure so that you can add to someone else's enjoyment is an act of humanity by which you always gain more than you lose. Nobody owns anything but everyone is rich, for what greater wealth can there be than cheerfulness, peace of mind, and freedom from anxiety? Sex and religion are closer to each other than either might prefer. Anyone who campaigns for public office becomes disqualified for holding any office at all. Two evils, greed and faction, are the destruction of all justice. A man taking basil from a woman will love her always. Everywhere do I perceive a certain conspiracy of rich men seeking their own advantage under that name and pretext of commonwealth. If honor were profitable, everybody would be honorable. We cannot go to heaven in featherbeds. Pride thinks its own happiness shines the brighter by comparing it with the misfortunes of others. The increasing influence of the Bible is marvelously great, penetrating everywhere. It carries with it a tremendous power of freedom and justice guided by a combined force of wisdom and goodness. Because the soul has such deep roots in personal and social life and its values run so contrary to modern concerns, caring for the soul may well turn out to be a radical act, a challenge to accepted norms. In utopia, where every man has a right to everything, they all know that if care is taken to keep the public stores full, no private man can want anything, for among them there is no unequal distribution, so that no man is poor, none in necessity, and though no man has anything, yet they are all rich, for what can make a man so rich as to lead a serene and cheerful life, free from anxieties? A pretty face may be enough to catch a man, but it takes character and good nature to hold him.